Alright, this is gonna sound very weird considering this is my first video since part 2 of Anniversary, but it needs to be said. It needs to be disclosed in the community. The belmod supporter is probably one of the worst and best things to come out in Legends history. Okay, maybe not Legends history, but the weirdest thing, the best and worst thing to come out in Legends Fest / Anniversary. Why? Because it just goes against everything that we've been expecting and everything that the game has said that they were going to do. So, first of all, I actually have notes for this, surprisingly. So, I think this is the declaration of the death of 1% Sparkings. Because if they're not bringing 1% Sparkings and LF banners in Legends Festival, then where are we seeing 1% Sparkings? They're probably never gonna happen. They're probably just going to show up for part 3, Ultras. Ultra banners are just gonna have 1% Sparkings now. Legends, why did you make this supporter so broken? Not broken as in it's good. I mean broken as in it feels like it's broken. The sound files have been released on YouTube, and it's almost double the amount of voice clips of the Gohan and the Goku in Hit. Not even Ultras have voice lines that long. So I don't understand the level of effort you put into a supporter that does literally nothing in the game. So, okay, you're probably wondering, like, what do you mean he does nothing in the game? He does nothing. Of course he does something, Yaruji. No, he literally does fucking nothing, okay? Let's go to the database. We'll read the kit right now. Belmod. They gave this motherfucker 2 arts. So before we read the kit, remember when they released supporters? Before they replace supporters with 1% Sparkings, when they just released supporters, they debuted supporters, they said they wanted to bring in characters from the Dragon Ball universe that can't be fighters. They can't be fighters, but they still want to put a role into the battlefield. So they released Dende. Okay, they released Yajirobe. Okay, that's a bit weird, Yajirobe, because he's already a unit, so why bring him out? You know, I thought we'll see like Kami. I wish they would make a unit, but, you know, Mr. Popo, Korin, all that stuff, the Elder Kai, that makes sense. But then you bring out freaking Belmod, you make a whole freaking amazing animation of him, you know, sitting down and the zoom in, and you have a whole model, and he's just not a unit. He could have just been a 1% Sparking. Like Spoon, I'm pretty sure he model swapped them into an actual fighter, and it actually looks like a full part 2. If we got 1% Sparking Vegeta when in that Cell arc instead of a supporter, and we got Belmod as a 1%, that might have made part 2 Legends Fest like a 9 out of 10. I'm being serious. Okay, let's read the kit. Perhaps it's time you know. Look, this is what I mean by it literally does nothing. Okay. Target enemy battle members. No, it freaking affects everyone. It targets everyone. Activation conditions. If all the following are met after enemy attack ends, some attacks excluded. That's going to be like tap attacks and stuff like that. 30 seconds timer counts have elapsed from battle start. Received 1 or more damage. Effects. Belmod monologues. Okay. That will always happen if you have the supporter in the battlefield. The monologues. It will always happen. Okay. It's optional. The effect of his monologue is optional if the battle members have 2 uni reps members. Okay. If they have 2 uni-rep battle members or more, then it can seal the Rising Rush for a certain amount of time. So level 1, it's only 10 timer counts. But if you bring out this clown motherfucker and the opponent doesn't have 2 or more uni-rep units, guess what? He's still going to monologue for no reason. And not only that, he monologues over clips. So you know how the blue card animation doesn't actually use up timer counts regardless of how long that animation is. Same for green cards, and same for ultimate cards, same for Rising Rush, same for overdrives. They have their own specific seconds animations. That's why they say counts, not seconds, because they're trying to exclude that. So it's way longer than that. And then once you whale him up, it goes up to 25 counts. So it's not 25 seconds, because there are times where, you know, the strike animations take more than 1 second, but if you chain it together, it's still like less than like what, 3 counts. And then you have the green card animations, you have the blue card animations. Someone's gonna Rising Rush, you're gonna Rising Rush, the enemy's gonna Rising Rush. Bam, bam. That's literally like a minute and a half of just belmod talking about a unit that's not even in the battlefield, and he's going to yeah, oh gee, where's the joke? I don't know where the joke is. This is the joke right here. I can't make jokes. So I want to end off this video with a little bit of rant on supporters. I think supporters are fine on paper, but this goes against like everything the game has been doing. Because if you debut a mechanic that's fucking garbage, it's going to be garbage forever. Like Tournament of Power mode. It was never good when it came out, and it's still not good. Legends, when has Legends felt like they wanted to do more than they should? Exactly. Ultras are good right now because we're paying more money for them. They're super premium. But they started off as they fed us something good at the beginning. They were free to play. They were amazing. They knew the format was going to be greedy as fuck if they debuted with it. So they're like, okay, here's some free to play ultras, and you know, we're just gonna say they're going to be banners later on, maybe in a year or so. We were fine with that. We knew what was gonna happen, but this is just shit. Okay? Supporters are just shit. And then you replace it with 1% sparkings. Did you hear that slap? It sounded like I smacked my ass for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you're killing the game. You're literally killing the game. Like, it comes to the point where, oh, I'm spending this much CCs and I'm getting shafted, and then I don't have the headline unit. What do I have? I have like level 21 of this supporter that does nothing but monologues in the game. Like, what? What? No amount of hype is gonna bring the dormant players back. So I feel like you're killing the game, Legends. You're killing the game. Despite me loving the belmod memes and all that stuff, it would have just been better. The ideal scenario to make the game good is you just made him a 1% sparking, and then you have one of his effects to monologue while he's in the battlefield. That seals the Rising Rush. Like, bam, you just solved every problem in the book. You know? But yeah. I feel like every video I'm gonna make that's not PvP or cursed images is gonna be a rant. I just know it.